have seen what is the kinetic energy. First we have seen the definition of energy, that is the capacity of body to perform the work is known as energy, and the unit of energy and work in both the systems, MKS and CGS system, they are same. That is SI system, the unit of work and energy are joule, and in CGS system it is erg. Alright. Now we have also seen the different types of energies, and after that we have seen the definition of kinetic energy, that is the energy by virtue of its motion whenever the body possesses, that energy is known as kinetic energy. And by using again the expression W is equal to Fs, we have derived the formula for kinetic energy equal to half mv square. Then after that we are going to see the potential energy, that is the energy stored in an object because of its specific state or position or configuration is called a potential energy, or due to its position, state or configuration, whenever the body possesses a specific amount of energy, that is known as potential energy. So they have given the example: an arrow is released from a stretch bow, water kept at a height flows through the pipe into the tap below, a compressed spring is released. So due to the particular position in each case, the arrow, then the water which is stored at the height, and the compressed spring, they possess the energy which is the potential energy. Now here they have given: hold a chalk at a height of 5 cm from the floor and release it, and now stand up straight and then release the chalk. So as whenever we are releasing the chalk from the height of 5 cm from the floor, then it is at the less height, while whenever we are standing up and release it, it is released from greater height. Therefore whenever it is at a greater height, it possesses more potential energy, so the possibility of breaking it into pieces is more. Alright. So is there a difference in the results of the two activities? If so, why? So definitely there is a difference because of the difference in height. Whenever height from which it is released is more, then the potential energy will be more, and thus the possibility of breaking the chalk will be more. So now here, as we have derived the expression for kinetic energy, the same thing we are doing for the potential energy. Suppose we are having a body of mass m which is at a height of h above the surface of the earth. Then the force acting on the body against the direction of gravitational force is acting in the downward direction, and this is we are carrying the body from the surface of the earth above the surface of the earth. Therefore the force is acting is in the opposite direction to the gravitational force, and if that force is mg, then the amount of work done is equal to W equal to F into S. So force is mg and the displacement is h, so W is equal to mgh. So the amount of potential energy stored in the object because of its displacement is equal to mgh. Alright. So that much amount of energy is stored in the object. Now they have given you one figure in which Ajay and Atul, they were asked to determine the potential energy of the ball of mass m kept on the table as shown in the figure. What answers will they get? Will they be different? What do you conclude from this? So potential energy is relative. So the heights of ball with respect to Ajay and Atul are different. So height h2 for Atul, and for Ajay the height is h1, and it is clear that h1 is greater than h2. So the potential energy with respect to them will be different as height is different. It will be more for Ajay and less for Atul. Now the important concept that we are going to see, the transformation of energy, that you are knowing the principle of conservation of energy, that energy can neither be created nor be destroyed, but it can be converted from one form into another form, and the total amount of energy in the universe remain constant. So here they have given which are the different forms of energy, which type of energy is used in each of the following processes. First, stretch the piece of rubber, so it possesses due to its position the potential energy. Fast moving car due to motion possesses kinetic energy. The whistling of cooker due to steam, it possesses sound energy. Then the crackers explodes in Diwali, it possesses light energy, heat energy, chemical energy, sound energy. All these four types of energy are whenever the crackers are exploded. A fan running on electricity, it possesses the kinetic energy as it is in motion. Drawing out pieces of iron from the garbage using a magnet, it possesses the magnetic energy. And breaking of glass, window, pane because of the loud sound, that is, it is having sound energy. Followed? So here, these are the different forms of energy they have mentioned, and this chart, which is 2.5, transformation of energy, is very very important. It can be asked as an objective or it can be asked as a fill up the chart. So here they have given you how the different forms of energy are converted into electrical energy and how electrical energy is converted into different forms. That's why they have written in the middle electrical energy. So first, whenever electrical energy is used in heater for boiling water or heating water or in an oven, here after passing electric energy, the coil gets heated, and due to the hot coil, the water or the food if you are using, the both get heated. That is the heater in which electrical energy is converted into heat energy. Followed? Now heat energy can be reversely converted into electrical energy, and that is used in thermocouple, which is a sensor used to measure the temperature, which consists of two wires of different metals which are joined at each end. Followed? So that is a thermocouple, which is a sensor used to measure the temperature in which heat energy is converted into electrical energy. So that transformation you have to remember with example. Then if we consider the conversion of electrical energy into sound energy, the example is loudspeaker. While in the microphone, the sound energy gets converted into electrical energy. Now if we consider the primary cells like voltage cells, in which the chemical energy, that is the due to chemical reaction between the chemicals that are filled in the cell, that converts into electrical energy. That's why if we join a bulb in the circuit in between the two electrodes which are placed in the chemicals, the bulb starts glowing, in which the chemical energy is converted into electrical energy. That is the principle of primary cells. While in secondary cells, the electrical energy is converted into chemical energy. Then in the solar cell or the photovoltaic cell, you know that light energy is converted into electrical energy. While in electric lamps, the electrical energy is converted into light energy. While in the engine or the fan, the electrical energy, it is converted into mechanical energy, that is the kinetic energy. That is in electric fan or engine, when we switch on the fan, it starts rotating, that is the electrical energy is converted into kinetic energy. While in generator, we are using generator whenever there is a power cut off or power off, and particularly in industries or whenever we are having some auditoriums like that, conference halls, then we use the generator in this case to have the generation of electricity. So in which the mechanical energy is converted into electrical energy. The coil which is placed in between the two strong magnets, it is rotated mechanically, and kinetic energy is produced in that, and thus lastly the induced current is formed, which is generator. So you are going to remember this table, very very important. So with examples, in which example which energy is converted into which energy. Followed? Now they have given you the law of conservation of energy that I have just now told you. Now they have given one, try this, but that part is omitted. Now we are going to see free fall. So whenever we are releasing the object from a height, it gets pulled downward due to the gravitational force of attraction towards the earth, and whenever the object is falling freely solely under the influence of gravitational force, it is said to be free fall or to be falling freely. Followed? So this is also the very important concept which you are going to repeat in 10th standard. What is free fall? Whenever we are releasing the object, it comes downward because of the gravitational force exerted by the earth on the object. But whenever that object is coming through air, there are another forces acting, like the resistance force or frictional force by the air or the buoyant force exerted by the air. Then in such a case we don't say that falling is a free fall. but whenever that object is falling only under the influence of gravitational force, then it is said to be falling freely or free fall. So particularly this free fall is available or is possible. Practically it is not possible, but it is possible only in vacuum, that you have to remember. Followed? So now we are going to calculate the kinetic energy and potential energy of object of mass m, which is freely falling from the height h when the object is at different heights. So you will observe that though you change the position of the object, three different positions they have taken into consideration, that is here A, then here second position they have given you B, and the third position they have given you, that is C. So the height from the ground at position A is h. Then exactly above A, the B is at the position at the height of x. So this will become h minus x. Followed? So now what we are going to do? We are going to calculate the total energy of the object at A, that is kinetic energy plus potential energy, at B and at C. And what will be our observation? Our observation will be at every point, at A, B as well as C, the total energy remains constant. That is the law of conservation of energy, that is total energy in the universe remains constant. So if we consider the position A at a height h from the ground, B is the position at a distance x vertically below A, and C, B on the ground directly below A and B. So now we are going to calculate the energies at A, B and C. So if we consider at A, as it is initially at rest, then its initial velocity will be 0. Initial velocity will be 0, and now kinetic energy will be half mv square that will be half m into 0 square, so that will be 0. While potential energy at A will be m, g and h, as it is at a height of h. So total energy at A is equal to 0 plus mgh, kinetic energy plus potential energy, that is mgh. Followed? Now if that object comes at position B, then we are going to calculate the velocity of object at point B. For calculating kinetic energy of the object at position B, it is essential to calculate the velocity of object at position B. Followed? So for calculating the velocity of object at B, we are going to use the formula v square is equal to u square plus 2as 2gs we are going to use, because here a will become equal to g and u will become equal to 0. So it will be 2 into v square is equal to u square plus 2. First we will write as as normal, then u will be 0 and a will be equal to g, followed s will be h. So v square is equal to 2gh. So kinetic energy at B, half mv square, that is half m into 2gh. So this will get cancelled, so that will be mgh. Followed? Now we are going to calculate the potential energy. So here mg s is equal to x we are going to take at position B. The height is x. So here instead of s we are going to take x. Because height is x, we have considered it is not h, it is the height of A from the ground. Followed? So half, that is 2gx. So mgx will be the kinetic energy of the object at point B. Followed? Now we are going to calculate the potential energy of the object at height B. So here potential energy is mgh, but h will be now potential energy at B is equal to, now here height of object from the surface is h minus x, so mg h minus x. Followed? So that will be mg h minus mgx if we open the bracket. And if we want to calculate the total energy at B, then that is kinetic energy plus potential energy, that is equal to mgx plus mgh minus mgx. So that will get cancelled. So that will be mgh. So same total energy we are getting at position B, whichever energy we are having at position A. Followed? mgh. Now the third situation, they have given the C, where we are going to calculate again the velocity of object at point whenever it is coming at point C. So again here at point C, again you are going to take u equal to 0, initial velocity 0, then s we are going to take equal to h, now here height, and a equal to g. So again v square is equal to u square plus 2as. So v square is equal to 0 plus 2, a means gh. So v square is equal to 2gh. Followed? So that is the velocity of the object at point C. Now kinetic energy is half mv square, that is equal to half mass into v square, that is 2gh, cancel 2, so that will be mgh. Followed? So that is the kinetic energy of the body at point C. Followed? Now here at point C, the potential energy will be at point C mgh, but h is equal to 0, therefore it is potential energy is equal to 0, therefore total energy at C is equal to mgh, kinetic energy, plus potential energy 0, that is mgh. Followed? So at C we are again having the potential energy plus kinetic energy as mgh, total energy. So here if we observe the points A, B, C, then you will have the total energy remaining constant, that is mgh. Followed? Now we are going to see a new term, that is power, and for that they have asked you the question, can your father climb stairs as fast as you can? So definitely the answer is no. Will you fill the overhead water tank with the help of bucket or an electric motor? So definitely we are using the electric motor. Suppose Rajashree, Yash and Ranjit have to reach the top of the small hill. Rajashree went by car, Yash went cycling, and Ranjit went walking. If all of them choose the same path, who will reach first and who will reach last? So definitely as Ranjit went walking, he will take more time to reach, while Rajashree went by car, and therefore she will reach first. Followed? So in the above examples, in this going by car or by cycle or walking, all of three are going or doing the same work, but the time taken to perform the work is different for each person or each method. So the fast or the slow rate of the work done is expressed in terms of power. So the rate of doing work or the rate at which the work is done is nothing but the power, and therefore it has a formula, power is equal to work upon time. Work is measured in joules, time in seconds. So in the honor of scientist James Watt, the unit for power is watt. So 1 joule per 1 second is equal to 1 watt, but this watt unit is very small, particularly in industrial procedures. So in industrial sector it is used in horsepower. So 746 watts is equal to 1 horsepower, or even for commercial purposes they use the unit kilowatt, that is 1000 joules work performed in 1 second is 1 kilowatt power. So 1 kilowatt hour, particularly 1 kilowatt hour is a unit used whenever we are having our electricity bill. In that the units that we have consumed is in total month is given in kilowatt hour. 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 1 unit, and they multiply whatever the rate is, and this they make the bill. So whenever you are going to make this bill, you have to convert that watt power into kilowatt, and then you have to multiply by hour. So 1 kilowatt equal to 1000 watts, and 1 hour equal to 3600 seconds. So that is equal to 1 to 6 zeros on 36 in joules. So 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 3.6 into 10 raised to 5, 10 raised to 6, sorry, 3.6 into 10 raised to 6 joules. That is very important, fill in the blank, which is always asked in the exam. 1 kilowatt hour is equal to dash joules. How many joules? 3.6 into 10 raised to 6 joules. So electricity used for domestic purposes is measured in unit of kilowatt hour, and 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 1 unit. So that is all the total lesson is. It is not much difficult. Only exercise questions and problems from exercise as well as solved examples are remaining. So here we are going to see now the solved example. It is the first solved example they have given on page number 22. Calculate the work done to take an object of mass 20 kg to the height of 10 meters. So whenever here we are going to bring the object, work done to object of mass 20 kg to the certain height, that means we are bringing it to particular position. That means we are going to use the work done as the potential energy. So you can have directly the formula, this work done is equal to mgh. So mass is given 20 kg. Now g we are going to use minus 9.8 because we are doing the work in the opposite direction of the gravitational force, which is in downward, and we are taking the object to the height, and this is 10. So 200 into minus 9.8, so answer will be minus 1960. Now it is in joules. So that is the first thing. The negative sign appears because the direction of force is opposite to the direction of displacement. So here work done will be negative. Now second example, Praveen has applied a force of 100 Newton on an object at an angle of 60 degrees. So here the applied force and displacement, they are not in the same direction. Theta is given 60 degrees and applied force is given F is equal to 100 Newtons. So whenever there is an angle theta, we are going to use the work done as Fs cos theta. When they are in same direction, no problem, but they are making angle. So force is 100 Newton. What they have asked to find out S. Work done they have given 400 joules and cos 60 degrees. So here that is cos 60 value is half, that you have to remember. So this will be 50. So 400 upon 50. S is equal to 8 meters. So that is how you are going to calculate the displacement by using formula Fs cos theta. Now the next solved example is on page number 23. A stone having mass 250 gram is falling from a height. How much kinetic energy does it have at the moment when its velocity is 2 meters per second? So first you have to convert here, as velocity is given in 2 meters per second, that is it is given in SI system. You have to convert 250 gram into kilogram. So first they have converted mass 250 gram into 0.25 kilogram. Velocity is 2 meters per second. Now as here it is in motion, the work done or the energy is nothing but the kinetic energy, and that kinetic energy will get converted into potential energy totally. So we are going to calculate the kinetic energy, half mv square. So half into 0.25 into 2 square, that is 0.5 joules. So that is the Next solved example. Now on page number 24, 500 gram water is stored in the overhead tank of a height 10-meter high building. Calculate the amount of potential energy stored in the water. So mgh formula we are going to use. M we are going to use 500, kg in given, no problem. Height is given in meters 10 and g 9.8. So potential energy will be 49,000 joules. So it is very easy sum. You have to remember the formula mgh. Followed. Now on the last page they have given two examples. Swarali takes 20 seconds to carry a bag weighing 20 kg to the height of 5 meter. How much power has she used? So here the formula for power is work upon time, but here the work is done as the object is brought to the height, that will be in the form of potential energy. So we are going to find out the work as mgh. So mass is 20 kilogram, then g is 9.8, then height they have given 5 meters, upon time they have given 20 seconds. So if we calculate that, you will have, that will be 49 watts. Power will be 49 watts. So I think there is some mistake in this. Instead of that they have taken 980 upon time, they have taken here for calculation 40 and they have given already 20. So whatever they will give in your exam, you can use here and do the calculation. A 25 watt electric bulb is used for 10 hours every day. How much electricity does it consume each day? So whenever that electricity consume question is there, because such type of sums are there in 10th standard also, you have to convert that watt into kilowatt. That is 25 upon 1000. So that will be 0.025 kilowatt into how many hours? 10 hours. So 0.25 kilowatt hour. So that is how the sums are very easy. Now in the next video I will complete the lesson by taking the exercise and the examples in the exercise. Followed?